Hi there. Christmas is coming, ha! And that absolutely, positively means the world needs less anti-Semitism. Less anti-Semitism. I can't believe I had to say that. And not simply because the birth of Christ should be a time of peace. World War I soldiers stopped fighting for Christmas. And yes, the Christmas truce was a long time ago. Let's talk today. Unfortunately, sadly, horribly, anti-Semitism, the hatred of Jews, has exploded, especially after Hamas shocked the civilized world. I mean, shocked most civilized people. We'll see about 2024 because Israel is showing the world the horrors they found. They're also showing videos taken by proud terrorists during their attacks. Let's talk civilized. The presidents of Harvard, MIT, and the University of Pennsylvania testified before the U.S. Congress that you need context to figure out if calling for the genocide of Jews violates their university's policies. Context. The University of Pennsylvania president added that if the calls for genocide result in the murder of a Jew, it can be harassment. Well, she actually said that if the calls for genocide turn into conduct, it can be harassment. Can be. Glad she made that clear. The famous are getting involved, and we know they don't open their mouths until after they deeply ponder an issue. Oscar-winning actress Susan Sarandon said, U.S. Jews, fearing for their safety, are getting a taste of what it feels like to be a Muslim in this country. Someone may have told her about the Holocaust later. She wound up apologizing, and I don't think anybody is surprised. I don't usually talk about religion, but, and there's always a but, anti-Semitism is not about religion. It's racism, and that is a stain on the civilized. So as far as I'm concerned, it's fair game. It's weird to call hating a religion racism, except how else can you define it? Jews follow laws written in the Torah. That's the first 5 books of the Bible. Hating them for this is not different from hating someone for their skin color, except, it's religion, not skin color. By the way, I still say red is the most important human color. I guess you could hate a group for other reasons, say sexual preference, or even eye color. Haters always seem to find reasons to hate. Jews worship on Saturday. I guess that's important to the anti-Semites. You got me. Another, by the way, there were lots of religious wars. There was the 100 Years' War, 100 years of war. There was the 30 Years one, a lot shorter. And they were all over differences in the Christian faith. Christians also launched over 500 years of crusades to recapture the Holy Land from the Muslims. These wars were about ownership. We'll have to talk about that in the Mideast soon. The Mideast is ground zero for Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. These 3 faiths all believe in the same God. They worship on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as if God cares. Let's return to anti-Semitism. Is it because Jews are still waiting for a Messiah to arrive? I don't know. Christians believe he has, though Muslims believe Christ was a prophet. As I understand it, Islam does not have a Messiah. The Quran mentions an al-Mahdi, a guide. You can look up the details if you're interested. You can. The Bible says Jews were chosen to be in covenant with God. The Bible goes back a few thousand years. So there's much unclear, including how many covenants there are and even where Mount Sinai is. Now, that mountain is sacred to three faiths because the Bible says God gave Moses the commandments there. Another, by the way, as I understand it, Judaism has more laws than the 10 Moses came down with. I've read that there are maybe 613 obligations and that some must be done in Jerusalem's temple. Unfortunately, it's gone. Gone. The Babylonians destroyed the one built by King Solomon 2,500 years ago. The Romans demolished the next one. All that's left is what's called the Wailing Wall, with a 7th century mosque on top of it. Few things have been so misunderstood as the Jews being the chosen people. The Bible says Jews are a holy nation and a kingdom of priests with additional responsibilities to God and to all other people. I'm not sure that that is a reason to hate them, though. I'm not. But, and here's another but. I wonder if those who are not chosen are kind of pissed off at those who say they are. Sort of like New York Giants fans resenting the Dallas Cowboy ones because Dallas calls themselves America's team. Yeah, that's a little joke. Except that anti-Semitism at times looks like resentment and hatred, and it's very real. Alas, by the way, there are other people who believe that they are chosen. Some think that Christians are the Jews' replacements. I don't know. I really don't know about that. I don't know about Muslims. For a long time, the Jewish faith was recognized as related to Islam, with both coming from the line of Abraham. Apparently, it matters which son you're related to who was born thousands of years ago. I'm not going there today, as I have no idea who my great-grandparents even were, and I know I had them. Learning more about the different faiths might help fight anti-Semitism. And yes, I'm sure there are lots of other reasons for hatred. I'm going to cover some of them in the future. Let me end this with one thing about anti-Semitism, a fact that seems particularly suited to the celebration of the birth of Christ some 2,024 years ago, more or less 24 years ago. Jesus Christ was born a Jew. His mother was Jewish, his stepfather was Jewish, his entire family, aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents, they were all Jews. I don't know about Jesus' father, but I'm fairly sure that today's anti-Semitism is something he'd like us to end. I am Mike from the Be More Better team. Tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. And more importantly, much more importantly, let's work to end this particular form of racism. Not only during this time of the birth of Christ, but throughout the year, the whole year. Really now. Until the next time, have a blessed Christmas. Bye now.